Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Pulse table lamp, which I happen to have right here. It's also a matching floor lamp. Check that out if you guys get a chance. That's the 241100. This is the 272116. So let's get into some of the details about it. So beautiful forging going up. Okay, kind of coming up this way, coming up that way. This is comprised of a couple different things. So you have the forging itself, and then you actually have this LED core. This is a low voltage fixture. It's going to be using regular line voltage, but there's a transformer hiding inside over here. Here's your on-off dimmer. That's why it's on the thicker side. It's also kind of heavy. This is coming in at 17 pounds, so I don't think your cat's going to be able to knock this over too easily. So let's talk about these things separately. So here's the forging. We touched on that a second ago. This core is going to be kind of self-contained, and one way to show you things about that is to look at the installations instructions. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen, midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say click here for installations instructions PDF. There's nothing to put together on this except putting the glass on in this module in, which only takes about a second or so. Anyway, so the cool thing about this is very self-contained. So this is all going to be in its own little box, and this has got a core inside of it that contains a core of LEDs. The outer glass on this is this ribbed clear glass, and then inside of that, which is the thing that's hiding the LEDs, is going to be an opal glass core, and that's basically a frosted white. So what you have is basically this whole little module set up, and it's pretty cool. I'll talk more about the opal glass later in the video. And the thing about the opal glass is it's an opaque glass, so you don't see any of the LEDs. They're all hidden away. And let's kind of move on. So let's talk about the dimmer on this. So dimmer's right here, and it's an on-off dimmer. This is coming in at 8.5 watts, so it's pretty substantial as far as lighting goes for a table lamp. It's going to be about the equivalent of a 60-watt bulb, maybe a 75, depending on the manufacturer. And this clicks on and off. I don't know if you can hear it click. And dims beautifully, and we're going to dim it down now. Okay. Beyond that, why don't we talk about the other cool thing about this? And like I said, it's a low voltage. You'll notice there's no wires going up onto this at all. The electricity that's coming up on this and the floor lamp is basically traveling inside of the metal pieces themselves, okay? So that's the beauty of low voltage, is it's completely safe, and it can ride through metal, and it doesn't need to go through like wires that are coated with anything. So it's going to come up and come into this side, and then the other side is coming in right here. So you basically are having a circuit done with low voltage and then coming right back down into the transformer. Very cool. Very clever too, if you think about it. Base on this is coming in about, I think this is about 11 inches by about 7 inches, so that's good. I said it was 17 pounds, so you know it's pretty substantial. The light on this is also nice and warm. It's going to be what's called warm white, soft white, and that's kind of what mimics an incandescent bulb, and that's 3000 Kelvin. If you watch any of my other videos on LEDs, I always talk about the light that comes down on me here. This is 3000 Kelvin. It's a nice warm light, mimics an incandescent. I want to touch base on Hubbardton Forge's opal glass for just a second. So all of Hubbardton Forge's glass to begin with is going to be hand blown. This piece is hand blown first in clear, then they're going to come in and they're going to blow another layer of white glass on the inside of this. The third step is they're going to take and they're going to sandblast the whole thing on the inside and the outside. That's going to give you this beautiful, mellow, translucent, milky piece of glass. When you look at this, and you can see the layers are actually piled up on the inside of this. Hubbardton Forge is very obsessed about details on all of their pieces, including their glass, and that's why you're here, because you're probably just as obsessed about little details as well. Let's get into metal finishes now. If you are on the HandmadeInVermont.com website, look over in the red tabs with the pictures in them over there. You're going to see a Finishes Help Guide tab. Open that up for me. It's going to be a video there of me talking to you guys about the differences in Hubbardton Forge finishes, how they can look on different types of forging. I'm going to be referencing a chart just down below, so scroll down a little bit. You're going to see a chart. You can click on that chart, so you can click on dark smoke, you can click on soft gold, doesn't matter. Big page will pop up showing you lots of different things in that finish. You can go back to the chart and you'll notice there's letters A's on them, letter B's on some of those things, and that's going to be showing you this range of variants that you can expect to see on different translucent finishes, but I'll talk about all of that in the video, okay? Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. And those same red tabs, you're going to see a what's on display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus, you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, that's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program, Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.